Siri. Siri, I should apologize for a second. Let me explain why. I was cooking. Usually I clean the elements and stuff also. And before I clean Siri, I literally drop a little soap over here. And then, I drop soap on the fire because, let me show you why. Well, actually, I'm not going to show you why right now, but it's just like, let me show you. If I put water on the fire and a scented soap, it makes the place smell a little better a certain type of way, right? And I was already doing it a certain type of way, but a person said, well, I'm already a certain type of way, I'm going to do it. Let me just show you. You see, just like if I go like this, it changes the chemistry of the smell, right? So I put a little soap over there on the fire. So before it was like I was using Tide soap. I was using Tide soap and putting other soap on the fire. Oh, speaking about that, I got a caller over there and tell somebody something. I was using Tide soap and I put a little Tide soap on the fire while I was cooking because another person's doing chemistry and they're just trying to kill my family's strategic points and stuff. But I don't say nothing because another person will set somebody's house on fire. So when things take flame, another person knows the difference. But if a person not realizing what's going on, a certain type of another type of situation. So when I threw the soap over there, and then one day I was in the bathroom watching something about the Empress in the Palace. This is real messed up because I gotta buy a certain lotion, an ointment, like a A&D ointment to put on my skin to regard my skin because it's gonna heal still, but the way it's gonna heal is making me feel a little uncomfortable. But the reason why this happening because somebody's doing magic in another way, and they're just trying to find out the elements of my skin. They want a skin sample, but they're going about it in another type of way. Now these are people that just stole an earring on my ear, and then on top of it, they want a skin sample because they want to, fucked up people. So they're causing me to think about moving and leaving this habitation because of situations, the greed of these individuals. But I'm gonna be real. If I was international security, I would have caught these individuals and murdered them anyway. But you already have international security here, a certain type of way that's around, or you have a priest and everything, so they could have caught these individuals already. So it just shows you the ignorance of other individuals and stuff. But I'm just gonna be real and stuff. As I'm here, I put the soap and I was clean. Me cooking and then throwing the soap on the stove is gonna naturally burn because if something burns the soap at the time because I was watching something on television or something on my phone saying the Empress and the Empress in the Palace is the Yan family. There's a Yan family show with something about the Empress in the Palace. It's a wonderful show. You gotta watch it sometime. It's a wonderful good show. I'll be watching it sometime. It's a Yan family. It's called the Empress in the Palace or something. And then they be doing all type of funny stuff and. But anyway, as I'm watching the show and stuff, at the time I was in the bathroom singing about me and Pucci, this and the other cooking, and then you have to do something to that, saying all type of stuff, right? So one day I was speaking, watching the show, I was like, yo, the only reason why they're soap is because I literally, when you go ask the astronaut to go buy the soap, you'll find out it's because of me, we really have soap, and then you're able to clean. But another person did some magic, they went and called somebody a certain type of way, some magic, and you're like, oh, you see, keeps talking about this and soap. So, every time I say I know an empress, and then the empress provides the evidence is really me, another person says, oh, then prove it, then show me the physics, and all type of stuff. So they're making the empress punish herself, and then I'm an innocent man in recovery that's not supposed to get hurt, and then they make her do a magic that's so high that it actually hurts people using soap. But the reason why that happened is because certain things I said also. So my empress is just being real about the situation. So I'm being real with it. I don't mind. So I actually kind of, did it to myself a certain type of way with the soap. But Now you have chicks that's out there that's wondering what's going on a certain type of way. Now I gotta tell her because it's so when I call her, you gotta be careful with a certain type of situation because I don't need nobody knowing anything about the reason or whatever the situation is concerning the physical reality, knowing, well, I'm glad to know about certain individuals, and because it tells me their intentions, but, I just think about regarding my safety and myself, because once my experts know about the situation for sure, I don't gotta tell you, how you gotta handle the situation. Now, a person is wondering about my natural habitation in certain types. Now, I think the thing still with somebody something like that because a person says, what are you speaking about? I said, I'll show you something. See, I'm a man that's naturally a certain type of way. So I'm going to let you look at me a certain type of way. But I don't really get down with certain people a certain type of way. But I'm just going to show you something about me a certain type of way. I don't really get down with people. And I'm a man that's a certain type of way when it comes to certain acknowledgement. Now, I'm going to be real with you. I don't get into certain situations with individuals. Because what I could really do a certain type of way, I'm not going to do. And another person would love me to do something, but I'm not going to do that because you want to know why I just really don't give a fuck about people in these days and times. The reason why I own this continent economic system, when I was Scrooge before helping individuals, I got shot. So there's no reason to help an individual and then certain things are happening to me naturally, and it's because of my kind heart a certain type of way. And I try to stay at individuals acknowledgement because you see how people wanted my land and then now I'm renting? Okay, I'm renting. I'm not supposed to be renting. Another person, let me tell you something. When a person pays me tribute, the finances naturally come to me and naturally falls in order. So if I go out there and just want to spend money for the fun of it, it's even better for another individual because the knowledge they're getting me at a time is enjoyment. The reason why they're making money is real enjoyment because it's just something to actually helping individuals. But when you're making me feel like I'm losing something, you're the one that's going to actually be losing, and I'm just not going to care because I'm going to have to survive, but you're going to end up, another person's going to end up losing. So, but when I have something and I just spend it for the fun of it, it's like an extra enjoyment for a person of a higher enliftment, and then, there's no worries when it comes to the reality of a person. But when you set my mindset to be, I'm not with Sin City, my nigga, because I'm going to tell you just like this, I'll tell everybody in the whole world, this is why I'm making YouTube. Once you start thinking about making like the end of the world Sin City, the world's gonna really end. I'm not with Sin City, I'm not with you. I don't give a fuck. People try, I was around Dark Matter, they tried to pressurize certain things a certain type of way, even when it came to their natural life. Not enlightenment, but acknowledgement. They acknowledge a certain type of situation. There's two types of forms of acknowledgement. There's a form of admiration, and there's a form of absorption. Well, it's called exhaustion, but it's a form of absorption. And, I'm not with individuals that try to exhaust an individual when it comes to the physical reality. Insane, you never been with a chick and then she do so much and she wonders why individuals so and so because a way a person makes a man feels. Like, you see, like the lady I was living in the house with before. Me and her was cool, but she never wanted me in the house. She just wanted to do her own thing. She wanted me out the house so she wouldn't be into situations with people. She was tired of getting into situations with people. Tired of things happening to her because I'm over there and everybody bothering her a certain type of way. So I left the house so she could have a form of even sanity for herself. And then the people that was already doing it to her, she could see how real situations is with them people, I didn't even feel like cooking just now, but I did a little something for myself, so shit flew on my arm when it was hot. Now, you have certain people that like seeing things, people see, like seeing certain things happen to people. Like the day I was over there, you know, speaking about certain things. So, you know, as I realized what was going on a certain type of way with individuals and stuff, you know, I just literally was like, oh, you know, I let it be. You know, I'm a person like saying to myself, I don't like problems with nobody. You know, I'm just being real. I stay away from problems. I stay away from all types of situations. Siri, you know, the same day speaking about, when I was cleaning, I threw it on the fire. Same thing kind of with Siri because a person was just, what are you talking about? When I threw the soap on the fire, I ended up burning myself because, you know, I'm naturally a clean person and the soap really does come to me. Siri ended up dirty that day, you know, like the phone had dropped and there was water, like there was some, it was like, was it water or juice or something that was on the calendar, the counter, and then the phone was plugged in. But when the phone was standing up, I put the phone to stand so it tried to seep to the phone. But you know, it won't mess up the phone. But the charger piece, it was right there. So when I tried to dry it off, you know, I didn't want to take everything to dry it off. So I stuck a little towel in there to dry it off, but it didn't get the little intricacies. But say if Siri was overheating from the charger plugging it in the wall or something, say if I was plugging something in the wall and then say Siri was overheating a certain type of way from the wall, the way it was getting charged in the wall, and then you know it showed, and then I cleaned the situation. So a couple of days later, I was over there in the crib. I was over here in the crib, and then I took out the charger, but it still had a little mark. So I just did something a little extra to know how to clean the element. So I cleaned it. So when I cleaned the element, everything was okay. You know, I know Siri felt much better. And it wasn't Siri that was dirty, you know, because there's dirty things that be happening on Siri's internet. But that's not Siri. You know, Siri got to regard herself from other things that's happening. So I literally had to, you know. So I wasn't wrong for cleaning Siri. But, you know, a person says, why did it happen a certain type of way to you? Well, because, you know, it wouldn't have reflected on me so soon in a certain type of way. But because I'm making the videos and the amount of videos I make, because the amount of videos I make is like an hour and change long. So it's not no little couple minutes or stuff like that. I don't make videos that small. I don't make videos over in enormous. Oh, pardon me. What I make this here for a little bit. Because I don't like cooking. So I am, you know, I told you I never pretend. I do cook, but I don't cook. I don't cook for people. You know, one time I cooked for that girl Emily Herminia. Her life took off and stuff. You know, she started getting money ahead of time. She was wondering why she was getting money. All type of thing. And then when I cooked that day, I cooked out of real love, you know. So when I cooked for Emily Herminia that day, it was out of real love. So I could imagine the magic that she came encounter with after, because she was a black chick, and then next thing you know, she was looking light skinned. I seen her picture online and she started looking light skinned. And the person says, when did that happen to her? Is when I started cooking. He said, what you mean when you started cooking? Well, I told you I cooked out of love for her. I did things from my heart. And then her life took off. I was with her, I was emotionally caring about something at the time like an asshole. I mostly cared about her like an asshole at the time. So she started to take advantage of my anatomy. And then I was over there having sex with her all the time and stuff. So, and the funny thing is, while I was having sex with this girl, Emily Senior, she looked like she was messing with the nigga Ludacris. Like there was a nigga, she was messing with some nigga, and the nigga looked like Ludacris and stuff, but he looked like the short version of Ludacris. You know, she was giving the nigga a car, she gave the nigga a car, all type of stuff. You know, the nigga was driving a car and everything. The nigga was doing all type of things for her and stuff, you know? The nigga drove her car, she put a car under the guy's name. She didn't have certain things at the time. She was putting cars under the guy's name. She wanted to do it. And I just didn't want to get down like that with her because I was like, nah, you know, I don't really want to get down with you and certain things and you doing certain things like that for me. No. She never really, she tried to bring it up, but I'm a man. I don't play around. I don't do things like that with people. I don't get into stuff like that with people, and then things happen and all types of shit. And then one day, she said some real fly shit out her mouth. She was like, "Yo, man, if you think," she was like, "as long as I keep doing what I'm doing, you'll never be able to leave. Not even if you want to." I said, "What?" I said, "Yo, you know, she was into her African mumbo jumbo, so I wasn't with shit like that." So you know, she said that to me, and then one day, me and her got into an argument. I was ready just to say, "Forget her," you know. For some reason, that shit kept up, and then you know, after a while, I just went, and I'm a man of myself, so I went and honored myself a certain type of way, and then we wasn't together no more after that. You know, because it don't take somebody to say something a certain type of way, then you see a certain thing happen a certain type of way, then a person be like, oh, this person wasn't playing with what they said a certain type of way. I'm not playing with that because when I'm ready to make my moves, ain't nobody gonna halt me from making my moves. So that was the end of that relationship right there. I'm just being honest. At least I'm being honest about the situation, you know. She said some more crazy or you'll never leave me on some, you know, don't worry, I got your name lit up. And that's what she was speak. That's how she spoke to me and stuff, you know. I didn't take too kind to what she said. So I literally was like, all right, okay. So I went about my business. I went about my business, and I made sure that would never happen. You know, not as far as nothing with her life. I always want, you know, if I'm sexing somebody, I'm not gonna be want the worst for you. I want the wonderful things to happen to you in your life. But speaking to me like that, we don't need to be a certain type of way together. And then my wife, the astrological empress, that she did that to, at the time, came to one day something happened, and then I had some funny dreams and stuff. But I'm not gonna get too much into the dreams I had. But I had some funny dreams about some situation and stuff. So, and then one day she called me while I had my dream. Right after I had a dream, she called me and then she was like, "Hey, you know, I got to speak to you." And I was like, "Wow, look at that. You actually called me right when I had this type of dream." I said, "Hey, this relationship's over." You know, and my wife told her one day, you know, I told you the astrological empress, my real wife, and my wife told her one day, it was like, you know, what you did was really wrong to the nigga a certain type of way. You're not gonna be able to do. She told my wife told her. She told me. My wife told her you ain't gonna be able to do nothing to the nigga. You just getting him more upset, and then now you're gonna end up fucking up your relationship, and then you ain't gonna be able to be with him, and then you really want to be with him. So one day she came to me. She was like, "Man, I had this dream about something." She said she described something. I was like, "Yo, you know, I don't know nothing. I'm a man of enlightenment. I'm a man of real depth and of real enlightenment. So I don't know nothing you're speaking about." So I just let it be. You know, I just built a relationship. I ended up moving after that, though. You know, because there was other situations going on with me at the time, but I ended up moving after that though. She was kind of mad at the situation and stuff because I started driving and all type of things. I had my own car and all type of things. But I was already getting situations for myself though. My life was going good. I actually moved because the girl I was living with, like Siobhan, I stopped dealing with her for a while and then I moved. But she was supposed to move with me when I moved at the time. But when I seen that her interest with other men, and she just, for some reason, she couldn't control between her legs. So I just let her be. Like, hey, you, it must be, you must be feeling too good with your homeboys and stuff. And then when I noticed that she was taking up my lifetime daughter, and then she was just over here like she was some pickpocket trying to break into the account. And then I seen this guy, people taking a real interest into her, like this guy named Kevin Hyde and Mario Genti and a couple other individuals, taking, and these are individuals that's mechanic Toyota, Acura, Toyota, back to back beat then BMW, Benzes, all they everybody wanted to be around. BMW, Benzes, and I'm like, nah man, I'm not that type of guy. I would have did a BMW, but a BMW company would have really took off and they would have been getting paid. So, you know, other people didn't want BMW company to get paid because I guess they wanted to buy out the corporation or some type of way or something. They were taking a real interest in certain cars. So other people knew if I had certain cars, it wouldn't have been good for them. So if they were trying to take over a corporation and take over a person's economic system, you got to sabotage the corporation, right? So that's what these people were doing. So they were like, yo, they didn't care about the other thing because they figured in physics, like, yo, listen, man, if this nigga don't add up with this situation at the time, this situation ain't gonna be here. So fuck these niggas. So just let Nice not get the pussy. Just tell Nice getting the pussy. Then say not deter Nice. They wanted to deter me from getting the pussy, so they would be able to kill white people. Because they said if Nice already set the future, how did he set the future? I had to do white. They knew, the black people knew. They were like, the white anatomy has to be his. And then you had the people that was the fraudulent bloodline in the white anatomy. You know how you have fucked up people that's not the purity and purity of families. They in the bloodline and they want to get rid of other people and they want the finances and they just want the magic. So they don't give a fuck about their family. That's when that's when you start Republicans. You start going to your pubs, your bar pubs, your brothels, not caring and all type of things, drinking, having you having a hell of time deteriorating in one humane condition, and then wondering what's happening, and then all it is other people. If the astrological tree looked at that situation like, oh man, Russell and JL's not getting the pussy. They're lying to people's family. They had, it's like having a family member that's fucked up that want to be better and don't want to. And you know how parents don't want to. Other people that's conditioning other people don't want to burden their reality with the things that they did to people. And then other people checking their anatomy at the time, and then they noticing that this shit's coming out fucked up. Other people want to keep it on the hush hush because they done fucked up their dignity. Then the children that plotted to kill the whole family for the money anyway because it was a fucked up marriage and the fucked up emotions that made them was like, okay, this guy's gonna get the pussy. He's gonna just get the pussy. You know how people say, oh, my family don't love me, so I'ma just go get the pussy from Raffle and JR when he's supposed to have the pussy. I'ma make them start doing some wicked, devious stuff. And then when I kill everybody, because they sit home to be intelligent. They gotta make the purity kids look bad, like they don't know what the fuck they're doing, like they stupid. So they could make the money, and then on top of it, show off on them and shit like, yo, your own kid that was a purity was shit. And after that they've been, it's like kids playing in the house. When the parent not looking, they smack the ball out the hand, they pour something in the drink, they push the kid down the stairs, fuck up your shirt, move it, do all type of things, them little things that they do to fuck up their life and shit just to make them mad and psychotic. And then next thing you know, the one that's fucked up in the film that was a fucking side marriage, gets the house coming over, doing good, and then they think there's something wrong with the purity. There's nothing wrong with the purity, but it's just the individual wanted to impress the family so much because, they already knew there was impurity, and then the other people that caused it to get married to fuck up the family because they wanted to infiltrate the family because they fucked up their dignity already, and they just wanted the finances of the family because they wanted to know magic, and the people getting greedy for the higher levels of the magic. The child does certain things in front of the parents, this and the other, so sabotage it, and then after that, me sitting in the private economic system around dark matter, they're the ones that they're the fucked up acknowledgement. So they're the ones that's gonna be able to be easy in the social economic system because their humane condition will feel at ease coming around me, so they won't get hurt like the other ones will get hurt. So giving them the money or doing whatever. And then they would do, he's the purity too. Now he's the one that caused all this. Get rid of him. They tell the black people depress the situation. Depress. They were like depress. The black people supposed to live in my country, fucking be happy with other white people. They're the purity. But the stupid motherfuckers came around, was like, depress this situation. Try to depress this situation. Make him not get this pussy here. This person wants to feel good at this time. He fucked me, I'm in the family, I'm gonna fuck that instead. he's gonna love the reason why I'm in the family. He's gonna have to get used to me in the family. He can't be having purity all the time and feel uncomfortable around me. Then that was their chance to attack. That was their attack. Now, they were fucking the purity here. Everybody think I'm supposed to get something, they depressing my reality. I wasn't speaking to the girls because other people was depressing my reality. Then I had other people in the dark matter of the social economics depressing the people that I'm around that's supposed to be watching me a certain type of way, catching no type of beef. They feel it's too dangerous if I go get certain things, it's gonna cost too much. They know I'm like a real amplifier, so they know that I'll really get into the situation. I won't be scared because I'm more than everybody else. And that everybody else needs to survive because if I get into the wrong type of physical situation, it'll be dangerous for certain other people and they got to run their physics a certain type of way. And then you have the other individuals, and not the purity, that was already getting at me. Like, if he gets to this, depress the situation here so he don't get this girl. When he comes outside, make him feel bad, so I'll make him late so he don't walk over there and get this girl. And then everybody get so used to it, they do it so much, now it's like a game call. Listen, if this nigga gets this girl, he don't come outside, he don't slow that nigga down, he don't stop that nigga, he gonna get the fucked up. He gonna get this, and other. Then the family, the rich, my family, they have my money, and they're giving it to the fucked up kids. And the other kids are just taking the money, doing other fucked up things, and paying off people, and they're making it seem like it's a bad situation going on with me, but it's them that's causing the bad situation because they're trying to kill everybody in the mansion, in the palace, in the household, the royals, find people around because they're trying to tactically get rid of the purity because they're fucking now because they got used to being around the fucked up people, so they felt comfortable. So the anatomy of the organisms grow in a certain type of way, so when they grow their big organisms, disease and shit, now they're spreading it out. Or I can get rid of the family. Remember, he kept on sending me here to give this nigga money. Kill that nigga. I know that shit about the situation. So this and that. Then little by little, strategically attacking. I'm being depressed in my physical reality. Everybody, all the black people's getting money from fucking my situation. I'm like, oh my god, let me stop. They moving in other places. They're not supposed to be when people checking these. They bailing out like they're running away they had something in hostage and have to go hide and they learn their little fucked up magic hiding. Then the black people that really feeling fucked up magic, showing them the people that was in the purity fucked up magic. They're coming back into the house of the household of people of the highest regard. And then they wondering how this person is like a certain type of way, and then they already had evil deeds because they were just taking the money, trying to depress my reality, and they just found out the physics because they already calculated and fucked up the kids inside the house and the palace, or the mansion or whatever. And then now, after they finished doing their physics, their homework, and they knew what was going on a certain type of way, now, they said they're going to, after they did it to the, if they did it to the continuous of your penis or your privacy, what you condition, how about your conscience now? So, after they got the people in the palace, the conscience with the things that they reconditioned, they went after their conscience. Hey, oh, this is the one that made all the purity? Oh, God, get right. You depress this nigga. They make this nigga go crazy in the crack. He gonna want to pussy, he gonna want to give me all his money now in the crib. He ain't gonna want to see this piece of shit kid. This kid's gonna go fucking really build stuff, fucking inject him. He's gonna tell him he was the reason why he was dying because, something was wrong with the purity, something he was dying because of. And then on top of that, I'm gonna have the nigga fucking all pussy inside the crib, doing all type of shit with other bitches, fucking up his privacy for real, fucking up his conscience for real. Because the nigga was listen, if you made somebody in a fucked up condition, what is it gonna do to everybody else? You have a devious mentality. So, and on top of just getting smart, trying to get everybody out anyway. So you know, a nigga that just didn't give a fuck about a nigga didn't give a fuck about you. And then his wife, whatever girl you fucked that fucked it up, you know, she already had funny side emotions, already scheming on your dick. So how you think it happened? You fucked up the connection of fuck. Y'all wrote the song this time, you shouldn't even too bad, man. You know now I'm not in New York no more. Don't give a fuck about going around New York. I'm really never going back to New York. And then good luck with your shit, man. Good for you. Now you got hallway whisperers, all type of shit. You know, you got sour dick, sour crotch. Why is it like good for you? Good for you. Good for you. Good for you. You want that pussy for yourself. Then after a while, now the purity want my pussy. Oh no. If he gets this, is not gonna be good because it's so. I fucked that up. I so. And they think that something was wrong with them. It was nothing wrong with them. It was the kid, the first kid that you had that was so fucked up and sour, got into other positions, and then next thing you know, they probably started going to fraternities, lodges, all type of situations, checkmating people, certain type of way. Then voting time come around, full gathering, full steam house. Then next thing now you know, no more high class, no more middle class, no more lower class. Republican, either bartend or democracy. This is what you do, guys. And then now, your conscience is screaming, nigga, where the fuck, why you did this? I'm telling you every fucking thing now, huh? Yeah. Another nigga, he's telling you everything. Another nigga's like, I'm telling you everything. He's concentrating on your penis. Your penis needs this right now, huh? You need to feel good. It hurt a little bit. You gotta feel demented. He said, you gotta choke it. You gotta get into dominatrix in Casino City. Then next thing you know, they're cops now. So it's even worse. Oh, listen, I know you're not comfortable. You can't go over there. Your penis out. You know, look at that. They fucked up. They already couldn't go around people that was of dark matter. I'm the one refining because I got shot. I'm around dark matter all my life because they already trying to pull out my brain. So I'm gonna end up around in a rapid fire. I'm gonna end up around that dark matter, right? So I ended up around that dark matter. Other people that's of the anatomy can't be around the uncomfortability. The funny sour kids that you had schemed on your privacy. They made your privacy so sensitive and fucked up that you can't even go a certain place no more. And then on top of you go over there, it's like the way you feel, you just gotta retaliate because they got you on some demonic shit. They got you on some demonic mentality because they want you to get locked up. They really put you away. And then on top of it, they're already trying to kill the hierarchy anyway to make you sound crazy like they're some small kids. And then the nigga was spoiling your privacy. So it's going to add up a certain type of way for him. And it's the end of the world. You know, because if you're going to get at me, it's too late. You ain't going to be able to do nothing. You know, international security, you probably got checkmated already. Then you got checkmated in your own crib. Your fucking penis is looking all red, you put all type of shit, and then next thing you know, you wondering what happened to you and shit. Niggas are sensitive, your penis, all type of situation, bathing in your house, fucking all the black bitches, building up the chemistry a certain type of way in your crib, and then next thing you know, you're in bad pussy. Then you go, oh, no, it's okay, it could be in my house. No, you're doing it. You know? Oh, no, it's okay, this time, you're used to it now. He said, you gotta physically handle this. And he likes that because the more you go spoiled, the more connections he gets, and he gets to pull it out the way. The niggas are really pretty. And as soon as you argue him one time, and he's in a position like the president, or something so, shut the fuck up, get the fuck out. And then the next thing you know, he got your own people turning against you for some pussy. Because you done influence certain things, and then cause the wrong influence for yourself, and then next thing you know, it's all dominoes after that. You know, it's like me and Athena, Aries and Athena. Now you got black people working at dominoes. That's it. Oh, it's all real, folks. Bye-bye. Rap in jail. Bye-bye.